Hi. Shaman said, my name is Veronika. I came from Bratislava to tell you more about how we got from the management of an old market hall to the further square, which is one of the biggest squares in Bratislava. It's called Slovak National Uprising Square. And this market hall is right on it, at it. And yeah, so it all started for me with this picture, which is the picture of a fountain of Carolina Augusta from 1825. And it's very compelling for me because it shows how the people gathered around the source of water, how they gathered together, mingled, had conversations, how the public space served to them. Also, as these markets, they served to them as well. It was a 500-year-old tradition of this market at that place, at the Slovak National Uprising Square. There were markets for groceries, bread markets. It all stopped during the totalitarian regimes of the 20th century with a very conscious architectural design which actually cut the place on 4 pieces, and it was supposed to stop the gathering of the people. This is the statue of Stalin, and as you can see, it was named after him as a Stalin Square in 1945. And during that history, it changed to Slovak National Uprising Square, and it was named because of this event. And the memorial, which is now there, has the same function. So in 2013, we rented a market hall from the city as a civic organization. That was our first step. And we were very excited how we're gonna rent it and make it economically sustainable. We were very excited when the people started to come. We were trying to revitalize the very small square right outside of the old market hall. And we started with concerts, with various cultural events, and with markets on Saturday. We tried also food court festivals, as I said, concerts. And we tried to balance it with also private and public events, balls, conferences. It was possible, we realized that it's possible to make it economically sustainable. And then we started to think about the business plan for the related cafes, restaurants, and so on. Our client was also TV or various fashion bloggers and people who organize these fashion catwalks. But these urban ecologies, which we started, were much more excited because this was something which triggered the general public to us. So there will be a list of them. Here they are. What we started the soda and beer brewery, waste management project, local catering, and a kitchen for community purposes. People could come and cook for themselves. But then we started to think about how we can serve to the city even more to spread the message of a sharing. And so in cooperation with Volkswagen, we started this project of up-city sharing of cars, car sharing. And we started to rent electric cars and bikes, which was very widely used by the public and businesses because it's still happening. It was very cheap. But this image was still haunting me, and I still started to think how we can create a bigger impact, especially in the Slovak National Uprisings. Well, how we can recreate this old history that people will gather and they will own their place. I think it's especially important for the post-Soviet countries. So we applied for this shared cities grant, we got it. And it started this 2 years project of revitalization of the SMP Square. And we prepared a series of data and analysis, and we went through many projects and many workshops like this one, the What City workshop, which was concentrating on safety. So people were able to put where they feel safe, where they feel unsafe, as you can see on the map with the red and green spots. We did focus groups with senior people. We did this workshop with mothers and children, how they feel at the square. Also with disabled people. We created questionnaires for the public, which was very popular. We received 1,087 responses. We mapped cycle stands, public lighting, flower pots. These all resulted in thousands of documents. We created a huge data map, and in cooperation with architects, we created a 3D model of the whole square. So one of the first steps, what we suggested, was to unify the design of the square, because there was more than 61 different types of furniture design, various waste bins, pots, cycle stands, and so on. We tried to unify it into 12 standard types. But the most difficult step we tried to take was to cancel or restrict car parking and to cancel just like 9.5% of parking places in this area, which I was hoping that it can create a huge impact. So we are still in the process. It's not at the end, but hopefully we are very much hoping for the reconnection of this 500 years old history of gathering people at that place, which was only interrupted into 20th century by the totalitarian regime. So keep fingers crossed. Thank you.